Hello guys, here's your host, King49, aka Tony Boatman. Today really isn't a goofy day because I'm here to tell you the truth about what happened to me at Chuck E. Cheese the year 2006. I was around the age of like 8, 7, so I was real excited to go. The first time I was there, I was like, 4 or 5. And when I saw the Chuck E. Cheese mascot costume, I burst into tears and ran to the car. And when I went there in the year 2006, it wasn't really what I remembered. It was more gloomy. And I went to go and play one of the video games. And when I was that, I went to go sit with my cousin because it was his birthday. Now, when I sat there, it was weird. The Chuck E. Cheese costume was just staring, moving his mouth. But people just calling me crazy because I just kept telling my mom that I kept seeing Chuck E. Cheese. And then she just kept calling me crazy, telling me I was on too much sugar. But it really wasn't what she thought. So, when they went to go play the games, I just sat there and looked at it. I was nearly about to cry because the thing just creeped me out, and I was like 8 or 9. Right now I'm 13, so it wasn't that long ago. And it was just creepy. I heard banging noise just coming from the staff's only room. But, like everybody said, it was mutated rat, but they're animatronics. But there have been some research from other people on YouTube saying that the Chuck E. Cheese thing is from Five Nights at Freddy's, but it really isn't. It's related to it, but it's not. So when I go to tell my mom I'm going to the restroom, I actually press my ears against the staff's only door and hear a Chucky saying what it really normally says on the stage. And what I hear is like, I was hoping to myself it was a glitch. So it just kept saying, hello, 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 hello. But I was just thinking that they were just making another Chucky suit for the next time that somebody came, because the one that was there looked pretty messed up. And I was in Los Angeles, so yeah, it was pretty messed up. And it always had red stuff over its mouth, so yeah. Hold on, I can't let anybody hear this. My brother's right here. That scared me. Well, like I was saying. So, I kept hearing things. And then when I hear somebody, I hear like the manager say, put it in the storage room. Yeah, I walk out the restroom, pretend I went to the restroom. They come out with the Chucky thing on a dolly, taking it to the storage room on the other side of the pizzeria. And I just watch them take me. When they open the door, I just see other of the animatronics and they're just standing there, motionless. But then I just noticed that little dog thing just blinks at me. And then that's when I jump back and run to my mom. I tell my mom I saw something, and she just kept saying I was on too much sugar because I just kept eating the cupcakes. And then I noticed something. I see red drops of blood in the stash room only. There's like a blood printed hand on on the handle of the door, and then there's like a little ocean of blood underneath the door. And then I open the door, peek at the door, and then that's when I see a man just sitting there in a chair, bloody. I nearly yell, but then my mom comes to grab me, and then we leave. So, when we leave, I just kept thinking about what I saw. And then when I came home, like I was little, so I was just scared. I got under the covers and just never came out. And then I just had a nightmare about what I saw. And then, when I had the dream, I woke up. And then I was paranoid. And I see something standing on top of the stairway. I was freaked the hell out. Didn't know what to do. Didn't know what to do at all. And then when I blink, it's gone. So I was thinking I was paranoid. Then I just go back to sleep. Next day, I just kept thinking. I went outside, started playing with my friends, and then when I tell them what I saw, they call me paranoid too. But I couldn't. So I tell my dad this time. And then he says he knows what I'm talking about because when he was 17, he worked there. And I was just staring at him, and then I had asked him, what did he do? And then he just said the manager told him to watch the animatronics. Make sure nothing happens to them. Make sure they don't get stolen. And then he told me what he thought. Why would they get stolen? They're just animatronics. And then he said that one day when he was in there, the chucky machine holds his arm out to him. And then he just runs out the room. And then that's all he told me. And then he told me not to worry about it anymore and go to the real room. So I go to my room, play on the GameCube, and just sit there. Never wanted to think about it again, but it just kept racing through my head. What the heck did I see? Was it a costume? What was it? He tells me not to think about it anymore. I keep thinking about that. What is happening at Chuck E. Cheese? What are they thinking of? And then, a few months later, we go back to Chuck E. Cheese, and I see the same thing. But this time, they weren't putting them away in the room. They were out for another child's birthday party. And I nearly shit my pants when I see this. The Chucky machine says one of the children's name. And it said Tony, which is my name. And I was like, what the hell did I just hear? And then I just ran to my mom. What the fuck? Oh. When I ran to my mom, she says, stop being paranoid. Exactly what she always says. Because you know how moms are. Don't be paranoid, all that shit. But I just sit there on the way other side of the pizzeria at our table, never thinking of coming out. Because I really did hate Chuck E. Cheese when I was little. Go away, creeper. Go away, creeper. Damn it. But the odd thing is, it said Tony. I was hoping that it was a child, somebody else had the same name as me. And that they programmed it to say that. So then, the child leaves, and it says Tony again. And I was like, what the fuck? But Then one of my cousins say TJ. And I was just waiting for it to just say TJ. Because it stands for Tony Jr. So I was just waiting for it. Waiting. And then after a few minutes, when my mom isn't looking, it turns around to me, holds his arm out and says, "Hello, TJ." And then I nearly shit my pants. The thing knows me personally. But how come? I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese. Exactly. That's what I think to myself. Remember, I'm paranoid. I'm only a child. Anything I might be saying right now might not make any sense because I'm speed talking. Really trying to get through this and everything I need to before my time limit. I need to verify my account in order to get longer. But, yeah. But then everything starts to get really weird. It just stares at me. Why me? There are like 50 other kids in this piece. Why do you look at me? And then it just stares at me. Then when we leave, I'm so relieved. But then, I just keep thinking about it. And then I told my mom I don't want to go back to Chuck E. Cheese. Then she says, okay, we're never going back. Which, you know, like and then never means it. So, after about a year or so, we go back. Then they have the new versions of the animatronics. Hopefully they're better than the ones we saw. So I just sit at the table and make sure that they're newly programmed and they're new, so they won't come and do the same thing that happened about a year ago. So I sit there, make sure it doesn't know me, say my name about a few times. Nothing happens. I'm relieved. After when I walk away, it says TJ. Like some kind of paranormal ghost. So I just run, tell my mom, let's go. We leave. And so, that was the last day I was at Chuck E. Cheese. Hoping to never go again. Until one night, I see a dark figure standing in my closet. I really didn't want to know what it was. I just put my head under the cover and went to sleep. And about a few minutes later, when I wake up, it's still there. Turn the light on, and then I just see a jacket and a few clothes in the pile. And I'm relieved. So then I look out the window, and it's sitting right there in the driveway. I run downstairs, tell my dad. He looks in the driveway, there's nothing there. But when I look again, it's still there. Hoping that it's my imagination, I go back to sleep. Paranoid. So I tell my dad, and it happens. And weird thing, odd, really, it's about another few years later, about, 1 year, somebody died at Chuck E. Cheese, the same Chuck E. Cheese I went to. So, I keep telling my mom, let's never go back to Chuck E. Cheese. And we go to Chuck E. Cheese for every single one of my cousin's birthday parties. I don't know why they love it. When I just keep pointing out the same thing I see. And I'm trying to say my name out, never want to go. But whatever. I got over it. I'm used to it. And I don't want to get used to it. And I don't want it to happen again. So I tell the manager what I'm seeing. And he says, kid. And then he just keeps saying to me, kid, you can't keep doing this. And now I tell him what? You can't keep saying what happens here. If you keep saying this, Chucky will point you out. And I'm like, point out? He's already saying my name. And then the manager just stares at me. And then he whispers in my ear, you have to leave now. Then I'm like, what the hell? Then that was it. I left and never went back. And then there might be a part 2 of this because my time's almost out. So, part 2 will come soon, maybe in a few minutes, maybe tomorrow. Thank you and good. This is your host, and the King 49, goodbye. Thanks. Subscribe, please.